What is going on, Ben people? It is your boy UT here, back with another episode of the Tea and Tackles podcast. It's been a long time coming, but it's a podcast where we talk football. We sometimes give you some bets and predictions, and we talk a lot of shit in between. Joined with the usual Ziggy and Jaden. How are we, boys? All right?
Pretty good.
Yeah, doing good.
Plenty of stuff gone on since the last episode, but onwards and upwards. We are looking forward to maybe it's coming home. Euro 2024. We're going to do something a little different for you boys as well. We're going to be putting a little tournament out on Twitter. We're going to do our own league, and we're going to have a little prize as well for whoever can finish top of the league. If you haven't done this before, it is Euro 2024 Fantasy. You can go on the official app, put a little squad together, keep up with it, and see how you do compared to the Tea and Tackle boys. All the links and everything will be on the Twitter. All the updates that we don't do videos for will also be on the Twitter, so make sure to go check that out, Tea and Tackles podcast, for all the updates. So yeah, boys, how are we feeling about this? Confident?
Strong Euro, innit? I'm not sure.
Some strong groups.
Some wild groups, it really is.
I put a video out today about Southgate. I'm like, it's the first time I give props to Gareth. Some strong decisions in there, some big decisions.
The team's good. I don't think he's missed anyone out that we thought should have been in 100%, to be honest. But the defense is looking shaky, but the rest is top notch.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much Tomori is the only one who I think is like a blatant miss, but I think that's a bit harsh, but because there's not exactly a lot of depth going on in the defense. But yeah, I think it's a pretty decent squad. He's made some good shouts that I agree with, so I'm generally pretty happy.
He seems to, for the first time in a while, have prioritised kind of the attacking side of it. You know, a lot of it we've seen, I feel like it's always been the defenders and the holding midfielders. So maybe tactically we see something different, where he's like, all right, our defence is shocking. Let's just score more goals than anyone. If you play that way, like, we've got the players to do it on paper, haven't we? So
yeah, like, actually, that's a good point, because I was looking and I was thinking, who do we actually have in, obviously without Calvin Phillips, who do we actually have in like CDM other than Rice? Because there's like a Stones maybe, or Trent is listed in the midfielders, so I assume he might end up playing in midfield. Yeah. But it does look like we're going to play Rice with two more progressive midfielders in front of him, you know. Obviously Bellingham's probably the first name on the team sheet, but then I don't know who else goes in that midfield.
But Rice has also been playing that box to box for Arsenal. You know, they moved him kind of out and then put more of a defensive-minded midfielder in a Partey or a Jorginho behind him. So when you look at that, it's like, Rice can even do that job on that side, and then who fills in? Maybe a Manu or something like that. But it's
gonna be interesting. I see it. I find it hard to see Manu in there now, but because it's so strong, you know. But I think we got to utilize Rice and then two proper attacking, Bellingham and Foden or Palmer.
Young players into that can make a difference. Like, you look in the past and like, it's usually a young player it's like their first tournament that makes a difference in a game. You look at Owen, you look at Rooney, like unstoppable when they first came on the scene. So you think that maybe like an Eze or maybe a Manu, because they've got that confidence and they just want to prove themselves, that hopefully it might help us. But I
think you see them, but I don't think they're backbones of the squad, which is why it's confusing to me, because like if Manu was a couple years older, I'd say he would probably be in there. But like, I don't know, Rice, Foden, and Bellingham in a midfield? That's like
dangerous.
Way too attacking for Southgate, don't you think? Like, you think he's really going to go with that?
But he can't give himself the options to kind of be defensive. I think for me it's a big signal to say, look, this is my last go at it. I've picked players on form, I've dropped big names, and maybe I'm going to go for a bit more of an attacking style of play.
Yeah, and like you're saying, with that young players coming through, I have a feeling this one is Cole Palmer's year. So like, have that young player break through onto the world stage,
If he
kind of
gets
like Owen.
minutes. Yeah,
I really hope he
hopefully.
does.
I hope Gareth just that's a problem. The amount of times we've seen him where like players have been in form and everyone's itching for him to play. Like we had a Grealish when he were at Villa, didn't he? And he were just before he went to Man City, he were on form, and he didn't really get many minutes. And then he got brought in final with like 10 minutes to go. Or he brings
Too
them on.
late.
He gives them like a couple minutes, even though they've not played like in every game. So it's like, how are you expecting these guys to change the game when they haven't had any kind of time?
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on from that. We could talk about England all day, and I'm sure we will throughout the tournament. Who knows? Could be coming on, but for me, it's just a nice little sight to see he's actually grown a pair and made some big choices and dropped the big names that finally deserve to be dropped. The players for the big six that didn't deserve to be in there. If you haven't played fantasy football before, we haven't done it for a while, us boys. I think maybe did it a couple years ago. We are not experts in the slightest, so you'll be learning as we're learning, whoever is watching this. The rules we are not familiar with yet. Got any questions, or do shoot them ahead on the Twitter page. That's where everything will be posted, like I said. So, I guess we'll get into it. So, what you got to do, you got to pick a team. 2 keepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders, and 3 forwards. You can play any formation you kind of want as long as you stick to the restrictions. You've got 100 mil to spend. Yeah. Where do you want to start, boys? You want to start at the back? You want to start up top? How anyone got any specific tactics they usually do for fantasy?
I think we should probably
Let's do one of each or something to get like the big player in for goalkeeper, defense, and attack.
Free time. Now, for everyone listening, this one is actually different to kind of your normal fantasy football in terms of rules. You get subs that, if you've got subs that are playing on a later day, you can actually sub them in during the match day. If one of your players that has played earlier on in the week has had a bit of a nightmare, you can sub them off and get more points for someone on your bench. So ideally, you want to keep people on your bench that are actually also playing later on in that game week, just so you can give yourself the best possibility to get the most points. So let's start. I guess we go with the forward then. Start with the big forward. Everyone's always interested in the big boys.
We got to start with
Ziggy?
the discussion.
Can we do it, Ziggy?
What?
Go for Kane, surely.
Oh, well, okay. The question I was gonna have to start with before we go on to Kane, okay, is I guess we can go there too. 76% of people have selected Mbappe. I personally think that's a bad decision. Obviously, it's Mbappe.
Straight with
He's going to score. But for me, I think for value, Griezmann is a better pick.
I'm with you all day, man. Greasy Greaves.
Yeah.
If he's,
I just think
I don't
it
understand.
gives you money to spend elsewhere, and defenders are far more valuable. So
Is he set on? Like is someone coming like looking at the French squad? Griezmann's usually crucial to that team, but he's on usually corners, free kicks. I don't understand why he's actually so cheap for goals and assists as a forward, really. Because if he doesn't score, then a lot of times if they get 2 or 3, he's going to get an assist. You know what I mean?
I think it's a good shout. Only 8% have chosen him, so
That's the
we're going
thing.
to get that
Maybe
one
we
up
should
if
look
he
at
does.
the French team because is someone else who you can think of up top gonna sort of come in.
You got Mbappe, Griezmann,
Dembele,
Wani,
Colin
Dembele.
Mawani. Giroud's probably
Giroud.
finished, right? Is he retired now?
He's in the fantasy team. But I don't know if he was making the.
We can make
Match day
decisions
squad.
now anyway, and like I said, we'll do all updates. We've got a couple of weeks to find out more about the squad, so any updates will be on the Twitter of what we do to our team. Yeah, I mean, Mbappe, we have a look at the games that France have got. They've got a group of Austria, Netherlands and Poland. That is not an easy group, but France should be cruising against anyone, really. They're the only ones I look at on paper that scare me. You know, usually there's Germany, there's Spanish, Portuguese. Usually there's a few teams, but I'm like, the French are really the only ones that kind of worry me.
Yeah.
I think everyone's kind of in these somewhat transitional periods, or like they've changed the style or changed it up a little bit.
I agree. I just think in terms of forwards, there's some good value in the forwards, and like the three most expensive are Mbappe, Kane, and Ronaldo. And like, I mean, Ronaldo, I don't think is a good pick. I mean, I'll probably get proved wrong, but I just feel like
This is crazy, though, isn't it?
Portugal generally are like a low scoring team. It occasionally have like a big scoring game, but they don't seem to like. France will just bang 5 goals in like as it is. Kane, I guess, is a big decision. I don't think it's personally worth spending the money for him when there's so much other value. Like, I think even Chiesa could be an option for 7.5 mil. Griezmann's 9.
The thing is, Portugal also have Czech Republic, Turkey, and Georgia. So they've got an easy group than, say, like France. And you think if Ronaldo's going to be greedy or he's getting the penalties, but he's older. Can he play every game? You know, they've got.
I agree with Ziggy. They're not a very high scoring team, so I'm a bit hesitant to put any
Watch him
Portuguese
go back
forward
5
in.
in the first game against the Czechs. Ronnie hat trick. You were there first. Nah.
I guess the issue with like someone like Chiesa is Italy's group is absolutely stacked. Like Spain, Croatia, and Albania. Is
There's so many tough groups. So many. That's what I'm saying. When we're talking about Griezmann value at 9 mil, I'm looking at Lewandowski at 9.5 mil for Poland, and I'm like, you're not getting out of the group. Poland don't score that much either, or they haven't been. They'll score 1, maximum 2 again, but against big squads like Netherlands and France, I don't think they've got a chance. So for the value, I'm like Griezmann all day for me. If you're putting Lua at 9.5, you're putting a Lukaku, Belgium never turn up. Should we put a Griezmann in? Is that settled? Griezmann's the first boy in. All right, let's go in. Should we move on to a big midfielder now? I guess we've got to talk about the big boys. The most expensive midfielders, what you can see, are Jude Bellingham, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, and Bruno Fernandes. Interesting to me how much is something like a Musiala, who they got Scotland, Hungary, Switzerland.
Musiala's definitely an option, but a lot of like the second highest selected is Wirtz. He's on 42% because he's 7.5 million. He's pretty in form right now.
He's going to be getting a big move.
It's bold, but
has to be.
Germany's group is very, very winnable. Like Scotland, Hungary, and Switzerland, they should be beating all those teams easily.
But would you rather have Wirtz or Musiala? I know it's a 1 mil extra, 8.5 mil, or we can go for Sane or Gnabry. Or no, that's strange. Gnabry is a striker and Sane is a midfielder.
Problems with the Germans, it's game time, isn't it? And the Germans are at home, so you've got to expect the Germans will surely maybe turn up. One of them in the same category, though, for me, Dani Olmo for Spain, I think is underrated. And maybe not because he's 7.5 mil, but I think in that Spanish squad, when he gets firing...
That Spain group, though, is group of death, that, for me.
Croatia, Italy, Albania.
Croatia are always an absolute bogey team. Like
Croatia adored you, bro.
Modric is going to be like prime Kaká still, even though he's like
Brozovic,
90.
Modric, like all
they're
the
all
same,
old,
bro.
and they're still going to just bang everyone out. Like Italy are going to get knocked out because Croatia just going to run. It's going to be like you can never put it past Croatia, man. They're ridiculous.
Another solid shout though. One of my page favourites for a long time. Boy, what about old Dominic Szoboszlai for Hungary? He takes penalties, he takes free kicks. He's sitting at 7 mil, 14% selected, and Hungary have got Switzerland, Germany, Scotland, but they could be a dark horse in that group, you know. I think they definitely could cause some problems at least.
I'm with you there, to be honest. I think
it's a good shout.
Pretty solid team, and it's going under the radar a bit as well. But I'm good with Szoboszlai. He's your boy as well, I know, Jake. So,
or most informed player right now, Scott McTominay. Get him in.
Oh yeah. I haven't found it yet. I imagine I'm going to be scrolling right to the bottom. Xavi Simons also worth a mention. Netherlands, 7 mil. He's always someone that tough group in it. Poland, France, Austria. These groups are set up for a big gun to go out. They're set up for a big team to just slip up one day. You know what I mean? Like imagine a Hungary like beats Germany or something, and then put something under the cosh at home. But some other solid options we got. Gundogan at 7 mil. Kvaradona at 7 mil, but Georgia aren't getting through for me. Ericsson, Nico Williams, Mudryk. Who have Ukraine got?
Romania, Slovakia, and Belgium. That's an interesting group to me because Belgium are obviously like the team of like absolute worldy players, but never perform. So you never know, is this going to be their tournament?
Yeah.
Could be, but it also could be Lukaku, Sky, Rosette.
Is Trossard the forward? Or is midfielder? Because he's been tearing up. Like, he's surely going to get some game time.
Trossard is a midfielder, and he's 8 mil, and he's also got 9% of picks. 9%. Crazy.
I think because of that price tag, 8 mil. It's because of the group, isn't it? Really, that like you say, price can change. But if we're going off, 21% have selected Rodri at 6.5 mil. Now you're saying you can get, if you retrieve the ball or interceptions or something like that, you can get points for 3 interceptions or something like that. So the CDMs can actually come into play if you've got someone that puts in a lot of tackles. I can't remember what you were saying the rule were before, but like a Rice at 6.5 mil if he's played in that box to box role.
Was it Ziggy? 3 ball recoveries is 1 point, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it could be.
I think a shout might actually be Gundogan because he's captain, so he's definitely going to play.
It probably might even be on Pence.
Pence, exactly.
Yeah, that's a shout. I tell you also is a mention for a cheap one, 6.5 mil. Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, my favourite player at Lazio before he went to Saudi Arabia. But he plays centre mid for the Serbians, sometimes in that 10 role. But he's crucial for usually assists.
You think he's going to be bagging them against Pickford?
Pickford's most chosen keeper, isn't he?
He is, yeah. I was going to say
Can't wait for him to let him 3 every game. That back far of an injured Shaw. Big slab head.
I was going to say, I think that Group E and F seem quite weak to me. And so, E is Belgium, Slovakia, Romania, Ukraine. So I think Belgium players could be a good shout. I think he's a forward, and we're not really discussing that, but I feel like Doku could be a good shout.
Yeah.
It all depends who gets minutes in it.
But yeah, you also don't know who's going to get picked. And then the Portugal in that group should do something. I'd probably want to go fullbacks, just because they're probably going to have like whipped in balls to Ronnie.
See, value as well for a midfielder.
Yeah.
In the group, and it's a tough group, France, Poland and Netherlands, but someone like a Sabitzer for Austria at 6.5 mil could be a little sneaky. It's only the group that's putting me off.
In that group. Yeah.
It's only the group putting me off because someone like that I feel like is gonna come.
How do you feel this tournament's gonna be for the Netherlands? Do you think Do
you think we should pick a country and then pick a midfielder from that country who we think we're going to do well?
I think so, yeah.
So we said Belgium. Let's have a look at Belgium players.
Let's go Belgium.
All right.
Because Belgium are always one that I just avoid. They always got such a great team, and then on paper, and they just never really live up to it. And every year people are like, all right, this is going to be it. But
so we got De Bruyne, Trossard, Tielemans, Carrasco, De Ketelaere. Pretty much.
Openda at 7 mil as a striker as well is also interesting.
That's fair.
Tielemans, Batshuayi.
But who's getting played at striker?
I don't. I mean,
Lukaku,
looking at them
Doku,
choices,
It's got to be Lukaku.
Yeah, but
is it Lukaku and Openda? Are they going to play?
I don't think he like Trossard and Doku surely get picked. Like
Surely like a
Doku's just on the
4-3-3,
prem.
yeah.
It's got to be those three up front.
Yeah.
So, okay, from that, who Lukaku, Trossard, or Doku? I'm good for Doku. I like Doku.
Yeah, I think price wise,
7
it's a good deal. 7 mil.
You want to put
Unless
Doku
you want to
up
go
there
for a
on the wing?
midfielder, and then if you want to go for a midfielder, I would go Trossard. But
Doku's got 6% selected by, and it's 7 mil. I think that's
yeah,
Who gets more minutes, do you think? Because you've got to think in that group as well that if the Belgians do go how they're predicted, then there could be some resting going on later on.
I think anytime Doku's on the pitch, he's dangerous. So I don't think,
especially with his pace against like Slovakia's and Romania's defense. Like,
yeah.
We could throw a Doku in. I mean, looking at it, you've got a Griezmann at 9 mil and then a Doku at 7 mil. The other forward then could be huge. You know what I mean? They don't have to. You could put a Doku on the bench, and then if he don't play, you don't have to sub him on. That might be a good rotation player. Let's put him in for now. It seems like you two boys are more. I'd lean more towards Trossard myself, but Doku going on up front. Let's go for that. Midfielder. So what matchups are we liking for certain teams, certain groups? You said with the Germans.
I think Germans. I think we've got to put a German midfielder in.
I think
We got
like you say,
Verts, Musiala, Gundogan, or bit of a shout. Cruz is back.
last tournament, yeah.
last tourney.
Yeah,
It's just minutes with him in
6.5
it.
mil.
He's old.
6.5 mil. It's pretty cheap.
Is Kimmich on corners? Kimmich is on corners, right?
I'd be tempted to go with Gundogan though.
I'm actually with Ziggy here. I think he's going to start. I think he will take pens.
Can we have a look at what numbers he's been putting up for Barcelona in terms of assists and goals?
I mean, Barca have been shocking though. Like, they haven't got enough money to sign their own manager. Like, they can't afford Hansi Flick right now.
No, but you know what I mean. Like in this German team, they've got. I mean, Pascal Gross is in there. He's the same price as Gundogan.
I mean,
He's
I'm
not going to play.
been
He's one for the
absolutely
streets.
like, I've been head fucked by looking at the selected percentages. The fact that Verts is 42%, that is one of the
just
highest
hype.
percentage.
It's just hype.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's he's
but-
going to get a big transfer. For me, it's I don't know if he's going to put up serious numbers in that German squad like he did at Leverkusen. For like 40% select, you know what I mean? Nearly 1 in 2 have got him in his squad. Is it worth it? I mean, you might be better off going with like a Havertz because then he plays higher up. But Havertz again is another budget
a striker.
striker. Yeah. Sorry, I've just realised he is a forward, isn't he? I thought if they classed him as a midfielder. But let's.
Yeah,
I mean, we can
Gundogan-
put in Gundogan now. We'll change it at the
5
end.
goals, 9 assists.
We can throw him in. We can do a little base squad, and then we'll talk at the end of maybe we got some money left over, and we can we'll get some numbers in. So far we got Doku, Griezmann, Szoboszlai, and Gundogan. Sound all right? Let's go to a defender.
Sounds good to me.
Defensive. When we think of defending, who do we think is the best teams, the most solid? Spain, France, Italy.
Well, you kind of
England.
want to go for you kind of want to go for
We want to go for attacking
because
wing
they
back.
get 6 points for
Yeah.
goals. So we want people who are going to bang them.
So I've got a few off the bat. Theo Hernandez, Gosens, or Dumfries. I think
Yeah.
they're all in the shout, and they're all 5 or 5.5.
See, defenders are actually cheap. Frimpong though as well on that. You know, Frimpong
Yeah,
and Dumfries
but-
play that wing back role. I think Frimpong
Yeah.
could get a serious amount of game time, honestly.
But The only thing I'm saying about Frimpong is I think everyone selected it.
Yeah, I'd rather go Teo for France.
Yeah.
Over Frimpong. I think, but Alexander Arnold, 11% selected, and Gareth could maybe slip in that midfield if he's in midfield.
It's a big if. It's a big if.
It is. You doggy, your boy. Is he getting the Italian squad?
I think he does. I don't know how recovered he is, but I think he gets in the squad.
I tell you who always does damage though. For Denmark, Joachim Mæhle, 2% selected. I mean, he's 5.5 mil. I don't understand. I thought he might be a little bargain, but for Denmark, he always puts up numbers.
You're really rooting against England, aren't you? You're expecting us just to get destroyed. Yes, Slovenia's.
It's a win-win, right? It's a win-win. If we don't get destroyed, then there you go. It's coming home. But if we do, then Joachim Mæhle hat trick. We've won fantasy.
Nice. I personally think that we should have a Portugal player in there, either Cancelo or Dalot.
Yeah.
How much is Cancelo?
Mendes.
Cancelo is 6, Dalot is 5.
Cancelo for 5. Me.
Yeah,
if we're picking between the two,
it depends if we're spending the money.
6 mil. See, the defence is where you can kind of budget a little bit, innit? They're all around. There's so many 5 mil, 5.5 mils. Balde for Spain is 5 mil. That's not a bad shout. Who else plays left back for Spain?
I don't know. Is Gaya in the squad?
Oh, yeah. I think it's Gaia as well.
That's Gaya.
It is from now on. So we've got Matty Cash for Portland. They are getting through, unfortunately. Oh, Fran Garcia.
No, Matty Cash isn't.
Fran Garcia is the other.
Isn't going, is he?
According to this,
he's not going.
That's the
thing.
He didn't get Poland squad.
No, he put out a statement or something saying I think he got injured.
We're also doing this at dodgy time because these need to be up there. We've got Reece James and Ben Chilwell at 5 mil. They're not even on bus or plane, should I say?
Matty Cash is injured, though, so.
Grimaldo for Spain, 5 mil. Kind of a shout.
Yeah, but I think we've got Grimaldo. Who did we just say? Fran Garcia and Balde. That's 3 left backs. I don't know who's starting.
All right, then.
And it's Spain. I think Balde's, the lover.
Yeah, I think so.
Ian Matson's not going.
I don't know what. I don't know. It's Pedro Porro.
Fabian Schär. Yeah, Porro. Carvajal, I think, will be brought in for that experience, won't he? Fabian Schär, 4.5 mil. Tough group, but he loves a pop.
He does love a pop.
For Switzerland. Although we're going to be rooting for all the underdogs in that group. I think, what did you say? Ziggy, Portugal.
Big Kieran Tierney.
Goosen's at 5 mil always seems to just turn up and get a goal or somewhere.
He does. I do like that shout.
I think a Cancelo for me. Like you said, I don't mind spending 6 mil. At this minute in time, I don't mind spending 6 mil on her. Cancelo and Teo Hernandez. Because these are players that I know you can have an overhaul, but the players you can keep that'll probably get through the next round, you know what I mean?
There's also, for 5.5, Rudiger. I feel like that could be a good choice, given their group. He's always getting weird goals here and there. He's not going to be whipping in.
He's strange dude, isn't he? I just if he were 5 mil, I'd probably be all over it.
No,
the fact that he's 32% selected and he's the 6th most expensive as a centre back. I'm feeling you're looking at this and it should really be majority fullbacks.
Yeah, fair. There's some very cheap Italian fullbacks.
DiMarco?
Yeah,
DiMarco, yeah. And Spinazzola's 5 mil too.
They're all Udogi, DiMarco and Spinazzola. I don't know who's in the squad. We should maybe have a look. One of them might not have gone. Robertson, 5.5 mil.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put him in for 4.
You'd have to pay me to put him in. Nah, he do all right. He does.
You'd have to pay
Especially for Scotland.
Andy to put himself in.
Guerrero plays sometimes in midfield, Portuguese lad. Defenders is tough, man. It's tough. Like I say, we'll probably check teams at some point closer to the tournaments. So we might end up putting someone in now who we think's good that might be injured or end up didn't go in. So we'll probably change it. Guardiola. He's not going to be playing that left back role though, is he? Although he scored about 6 goals in the last 7 games.
He's in form. Big form.
Gifted the FA Cup.
Yeah, gave the FA Cup away. Absolutely shocking.
Trippier 6 mil.
Although that is mainly Ortega's fault, so.
Joint most expensive, 3% selected. Shall we pick him for the pod?
Though.
For the bants?
No, come on.
For the pod, let's do it.
I'd rather Andy Robertson, please.
If we're doing pod players, we'd have Trippier, Sterling, we'd have them all in. It'd just be all England. Alright, so let's go one more. Point.
One more defender? How many can we have from the same nationality?
I think it's 3. Okay. So we pick 5 players and we spent 36 mil.
Van der Ven.
France, I think, honestly, what about Teo? Cancelo and Teo Hernandez.
I'm up for Teo.
5.5 mil. I think France, you know what I mean, down that left side, clean sheets.
I'm looking down.
I like it.
I'm looking. Sorry, interrupt. I'm looking down here. 1% selected, 4.5 mil. Tyrell Malacia. Man has not played for like 2 years, bro. He's like completely.
Well, they didn't take Matson. Who's playing left back for Netherlands? They didn't take Ian Matson. I heard.
They didn't take him.
No, I was surprised actually.
I like Dumfries as well, to be honest.
Yeah, 5.5.
I just don't know how much game time he's gonna get though with Frimpong.
Who's it?
Yeah.
With him, with both at 5.5. If he were like 4.5, 5 mil, I'd be like, all right, just put him on bench because then it don't matter if he don't play.
Yeah.
I just think with the hype, and it seems like 36% have selected him. It seems like they've really kind of expecting him to start. I'll be the first choice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Kyle, Trent. Tough one. Di Lorenzo's interesting for Italy. Who the Italians got in their group. Di Lorenzo, you know, sometimes get forward, somehow gets on the end of free kicks and corners. Tough group. What could be up there? These defenders are tough, you know. Looking at these to get 5 of these. Porro, I think, right back for Spain. Could you boys maybe look at the Spanish squad to see what fullbacks have taken? Because if they've only taken like 2 left backs, you know, Porro's surely gonna.
Cucurella's definitely going.
Is he?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So they got Cucurella, Baldi, Grimaldo, Fran Garcia. Some of them they can't have taken them all.
Yeah, Laporte,
Navas,
Normand, Grimaldo, Carvajal, Vivian, Navas, Nacho, Cucurella, Kabasi.
You didn't say Baldi? Did you say Baldi?
He's not in the list for. Maybe he's in.
Pedro Porro didn't make the cut.
No.
Half of these players
that yeah.
That's harsh.
No,
we're debating players that aren't even fucking going.
This is the provisional squad. Laporte, Robin Lenormand, Grimaldo, Carvajal, Danny Vivian, Jesus Navas, Nacho, Cucurella, and Pau Kubasi.
That's interesting.
Then Grimaldo.
All right, I'm going to say Grimaldo is the only one I would say.
Yeah.
In that list.
What, any Spanish midfielders?
I think Cucurella might get games, to be honest.
Grimaldo's got 20% selected at 5 mil. Maybe worth just a little bench shout or something.
Yeah, I think Grimaldo for sure. At 5 mil, that's definitely...
Come on. For now.
You can just, like I say, if you can do it on the day, you can put him in when you know he's playing. If he's not playing, then no harm, no foul. Keeper. We've got 3 defenders,
Yeah,
2
go
midfielders,
keeper.
2 attackers. We've got to go for a big keeper. Who is getting the most clean sheets?
I
And who is the most expensive? Neuer, Italy and Germany. 6 mil. Magnan at 5.5 mil. Courtois at 5.5. To Stegen at 5.5. The fact that it's to Stegen's 5.5 and Neuer's 6 mil says to me they don't know who's starting. Should be Neuer, really. You'd think.
would say it's Neuer.
So where is Jordan? Yeah, Jordan's 23%. 5 mil. I'd be tempted with another. I know we're going all France. It could be our third Frenchman, but Magnan with the.
I think so, because he's 5.5 as well.
Yeah, he's not the most. Well, he's not the expensive, is he?
I have a feeling for Lunin. 4.5 mil.
Yeah, he's the second most selected keeper.
Is he?
Yeah.
At 4.5. That makes sense.
Romania, Slovakia, and Belgium. Maybe 4.5 mil though. He could be a sub keeper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Subkeeper, yeah.
Usually you go one kind of lower down because they're all what we got for. Yeah. Unless you just throw in a cheapest one is what 4 mil. So him at 4.5 mil. I'm happy throwing him in. To be honest with you, as of right now.
What about Kasper Schmeichel? 5 mil.
Let's have a look, Casper.
How's he been doing? Is he still in Nice? Was it Nice he went to?
He's been travelling all over, hasn't he?
Yeah.
England's group. Big clean sheet against us.
Oh no, is it Anderlecht?
Anderlecht, yeah. I saw him doing an interview with Lineker over there.
Yeah, why?
It's bants, isn't it? Lineker, he didn't
he's
have
on
what
the
else to
overlap.
do. No, actually pretty decent.
All right, I reckon.
So I've also put Lunin in right now as a backup, just because I think for the price for a definite starter and something like that, we can take them out later.
go for a starter while we're here.
Yeah, we can do. So, I mean, for me, I'd be happy with the Magnan. You know he's going to start. You know he's going to play him in France.
I agree. I like that pick.
Do we think
So
we've
we
got
go Magnan and Lunin? Is that who we're saying?
for now?
I like that.
What? You got an
I'm
All
down.
Black
Yeah.
for at 5 mil for Slovenia. But you've got to think about teams that are actually going for it. I think France,
I think
tough group. But
I mean, you get to completely pick after the group stage and completely new team, so...
And, we've got a couple of weeks before this is set in stone as well. So, at the minute, let's go that and just see what we got. We got 43.5 mil now to spend on 6 players.
Do you want to read the squad out so far?
Yeah, so up front, 2 out of 3 attackers. We've got Doku and Griezmann. Then in midfield, we've got Gundogan and Szoboszlai. We've got 3 more midfielders to pick. Then in defence, we've got Cancelo, Teo Hernandez and Grimaldo. And both our keepers set right now at Lunin and Magnan. So we can't choose any more French players because obviously we chose 3. I think if we go back to the midfield and have a think, it could be a big pick now. We've gone cheap. We've gone cheap on attackers, cheap on midfielders. We can probably go big on this one. So we could, the biggest ones you're looking at are Jude, De Bruyne, Foden, Bruno, Musiala and Saka.
should we just go for Jude?
Yeah, why not?
Is this the tournament?
Is he the one that's gonna?
We haven't got any other England players in, so
And he's
one.
he's on every game, surely. He's on the first team on team sheet, like you said. A Foden Gareth could not even start him in some games. You know what I mean? It'd be silly not to with the form he's on, but
Yeah.
You never know. You never know with Gareth.
I think we chuck Bellingham in now. He's gonna
Which you're
he's
going
gonna
to
be
do
playing
9.5 mil, 50%.
I mean,
9.5 mil.
Foden's 9 mil. It's only half a mil less. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I think they're both probably the first 2 names on the team sheet for me. But
Yeah. But to say Foden, Jude's guaranteed to get pretty much every game.
yeah,
Foden could be, if he needs to rest or whatever. Gareth loves flicking around, even though he shouldn't. I wouldn't have so much confidence for half a mil. 0.5.
I'd go with, let's get Jude in there.
Let's get him in
We're
there.
getting Jude in there. We're going big.
Get him in. Yeah.
Big boy Jude. Come on, he's coming home. All right. So we've got 2 midfielders, 2 defenders, and 1 forward to pick now. We could go up top if you wanted.
Let's go straight up top.
You want to go straight up top with another big that we got 34 mil. Spend on 5.
Let's have an argument
players.
with Ziggy.
Right, so obviously,
don't make me pick Kane.
Come on.
Jaden's going to be Kane. Ziggy's going to be anything but Kane. I'm just going to go put some popcorn on.
I think probably my argument would be Chiesa or Havertz.
Chiesa's just so injury prone for me. I love Chiesa, but he's just so injury prone. What about someone like a Jota for Portugal? You know, I know they've got a stacked 8.5 mil.
Joao Felix.
The thing is, we've skimped, so we can go big on a striker. We can't go in Mbappe because we've got 3 French players.
That's true. I mean, Leao.
Morata, you know,
Leao's gonna-
3%. He's so hit and miss, bang average, but he could get some goals for that Spain squad.
I hate Morata, so let's not pick him.
Same. Betting wise,
Absolutely hate him.
that man will turn up when you don't want him to, and then just go disappearing.
He's a nightmare. We can't pick him.
You want me to tell you who's in the...
What about La Liga top
provisional
goal
for Spain?
scorer? Go.
So the Spain forwards is Morata, Dani Olmo, Joselu, Yamal, Oyarzabal, Ayuso Perez, Ferran Torres, and Williams.
How much is like a Ferran Torres? 7.5.
That's not a terrible.
If he were like a 7, Patrick Schick for Czech Republic.
He always has a bit of a.
He always has a decent time, doesn't he? Mitrovic at 7 mil for Serbia. Skamaka has been tearing it up for Atlanta.
That's what I literally just said. Skamaka. He's been unreal.
% selected. The Italians have got to play him. Who? Let's have a look at the Italian squad as well.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because if they haven't got many strikers, I'm happy going for Skamaka, man. Get an Italian in there. Albania, Spain, Croatia.
It's a tough group, though. Really tough group.
Forwards. Chiesa, Raspadori, El Shaarawy, Retegui, Zaccagni, Orsolini, Skamaka. Sounds like a pasta lineup.
I love Retegui as well.
I feel like Skamaka surely gets picked.
Is that our front line? Doku at 7 mil, Griezmann and Skamaka. That is a budget front line.
Budget.
We're like all money in defence. We're like fucking Gareth, bro. Prioritise defending.
I'm getting my
We'd
way.
have 7 defenders if it let us. But with that lineup, a majority of them were wingers. You say Orsolini, El Shaarawy. You've got 2 strikers, Retegui and Skamaka. Or Retegi, or however you say it. Plenty of mispronunciations as always from
Yeah,
us
we're
boys.
just absolutely murdering
Hoyland's
everyone's
coming
names.
in.
Gayer's still the best.
What's it, Roger? You can clip that one.
Yeah.
How you feeling about Hoyland?
Hoyland could have a tourney, to be honest.
Yeah, I was thinking
Against Slovenia and Serbia, like, Denmark are probably going to have a lot of possession.
7.5 mil.
see 7.5.
So, wait a minute. Let's get these forwards up.
That Danish team is, like, solid, though.
So he's same price as Havertz, Chiesa, Dobrik. If that Dobrik for Ukraine were like 7 mil, top goal scorer in La Liga. You see, he got a hat trick on last day of the season to get Golden Boot.
He got 4, didn't he?
Oh, did he get 4th? Maybe he did.
Got 4, yeah. No, he got 4 in the last. He got 3 in 8 minutes last game of the season.
That's mad. Ferran Torres, Vlahovic. See, all them Serbian boys. You could go that Milinkovic, Savic in midfield, or little Vlahovic, little Mitrovic. I think we've just got to.
Oh, what about Sesko?
I know. I honestly, looking at this, I'm thinking you might be like, maybe you swap the Doku to a Trossard, and then we. Just the front line's looking at a little budget. Right. And maybe it'll turn up though. Maybe it'll turn up. Sesko grabs a goal.
Jake, what are you saying? Doku for Trossard, that goes into midfield. And then who are the two? So we got Skamaka.
Ronnie.
Not Ronnie.
I think could go big, couldn't you?
Lukaku.
Germany.
Can't have Havertz.
I don't know why we're all shying away from Kane. I mean,
oh my God, get out, man!
To be honest, because he's going to score.
Jude and Kane, God, we're setting ourselves up for disappointment.
We can't be bro. It's like betting on United. I can't do that. I'll just be
Ivan Toney, 6.5 mil.
He's going to get Golden Boot though, isn't he?
What about? I mean, these are all budget. I like. There's so many budget strikers that could do something. Gregoric for Austria. Amdouni as well.
When is Kane ever scored loads of goals?
You could go budget up front and then just stack the midfield.
For England.
For England? What do you mean? What are you talking about? He's got World Cup Golden Boot.
Tough. Some tough decisions to be made.
I don't know. 11 mil though. Come on. I'd rather Mbappe.
Would you really?
Yeah.
Kane scored 24 goals in Euros tournaments.
You love him, man. He doesn't play for Spurs anymore. You know that, right?
He's coming in with the top goal scorers, top 5 goal scorers in the top 5 leagues in the league. He's coming in with 36. Mbappe's coming in with 27. It's ridiculous.
Zig, if you could choose between Mbappe and Kane, who are you going?
It's Mbappe, I would take. I just think France are going to score like 5 or 6 goals.
Ronnie and
when
Kane?
have we ever won a game 6-0 in internationals ever?
It's because we got Southgate, but we've got a new Southgate now, and he's
Southgate. Yeah, he's got his
GQ Southgate
out. Yeah, all right.
New clothes on. He's got his waistcoat.
Nuts Magazine Southgate is coming in hot. With
England, Serbia start the day off with a little 3-0 Kane brace hat trick. Little brace, 2. Then Denmark, another 2, and then finish with Slovenia, 4. 8 goals in that group stage, easy.
He scored 8 already.
I don't think we should have Bellingham and Kane. That's my thought.
No, I'm with you on that one. I can't put that much faith in the England. I'm sorry. I'll happily take one. I'm the same. I'm like, if it bites you in the ass, if Bellingham sets up 6 and Kane scores 6, I'll be like, so be it. We had one of them, you know what I mean? If they both don't turn up and we get through. So, I like that Skamaka pick, to be honest. We can put him in now, and then we can maybe flick a little Doku around. Because listening to that lineup with the form he's on at 2% selected.
Let's go for Trossard
surely...
then. Let's go for Trossard.
You want to swap Doku for Trossard?
Yeah. Let's do that and put Skamaka up top.
And then we've got another pick up top.
So now we're back to the strikers again.
But
let's go defenders.
Okay.
Because we've got two defenders, so then we'll have one of each.
Left.
We'll have one of each to pick.
I think we should go for an Italian defender.
Yeah, DeMarco. Yeah, that was what I was thinking as well.
Who got DiMarco, Spinazzola, and Udogi? Did we read out the Italian squad?
Yeah, I have the defenders. I didn't read.
That's
the defenders,
3 left backs. That I don't know. Honestly, it should really be DiMarco.
Yeah, but the defenders is different.
I think DiMarco.
So the preliminary pick defenders are Acerbi, Bastoni, Villanova, Buongiorno, Calafiori, Cambiaso, Darmian, Di Lorenzo, DiMarco, Mancini, and Scalvini. Spinazzola's not in there.
Spinazzola's not in there.
No.
Oh, he was having a good tournament last time, and
is Udogi fully fresh now as well?
I don't know. In there either.
He's not in the team.
Udogi's not in the team.
No.
Seriously?
Then I'm happy DiMarco going in. If you don't have Spinazzola or Udogi,
that's pretty crazy.
He
must be injured still. It's got to be. Wow. What? DiMarco.
DiMarco 5 mil. Absolute budget team there. We're going to have about 40 mil to spend next week.
You guys are shying away from the big spending.
Like the Sean Dyche Burnley.
Wait, so who did we get? We went DiMarco and who?
DiMarco.
Oh. What about Trent?
I don't think he's going to play.
I just don't think... He ain't getting played off Walker at right back, and is he
Walker
getting in midfield?
What about Walker?
We could do Walker. 5.5.
I mean, maybe for the duels, isn't it? I guess
recoveries.
Oh, the win backs. Recoveries, yeah. Walker, 5.5.
That's the only thing he's getting points for, really, isn't it? You don't really set up too many. We got 21 mil to spend on 3 players now, so it's 7 mil each. There's no defender over 6 mil. So, what was it? Oh, Di Lorenzo one I like for Italy as well. On the right side, he's pretty much guaranteed. Is he captain, Di Lorenzo? He's captain for Napoli, isn't he? I might prefer him, you know.
Di Lorenzo.
He always sneaks up with a goal or something.
What about a Bruno?
Bruno
Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes.
So actually, in the qualifiers, he's got the most assists.
Yeah.
How much is it, Bruno? Let's have a look.
9 mil.
We can afford it though. 20% selected. Portugal. Bernardo
Okay, I'm
Silva,
gonna say. How many midfielders we got left?
1.
We've got 1 midfielder.
Or Modric.
So I'm gonna say, for me, between Bruno and Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai's already in. So
He's in?
Bruno.
Yeah, so Szoboszlai's already in. Yeah.
So the
So
midfield
means-
right now, so he's Trossard, Gundogan, Szoboszlai, Bellingham. I'll happily put Bruno in that.
Their group's just so
Yeah.
easy. I feel like they should be. And I don't want to put Ronnie in. Just I don't know why.
He's so expensive as well. Right, midfields are done.
Seems like we're just going well-rounded, which might be the tactic with the subs.
Well, we got
There's
fucking
no
12
really-
mil now.
There's no really
Oh,
use
we got a
to
defender as well.
picking a nobody that's not going to start.
I think we need to pick a defender first. We've got 12 mil left.
Someone's telling me Di Lorenzo over DiMarco at right back for game time, but He's also
All right.
What about Netherlands?
Yeah.
We haven't got anyone. I know they've got a tough group, but
Frimpong.
oh yeah, you said didn't you Dumfries or Frimpong? Any attackers for Netherlands? When you think of
I don't see it, to be honest, but
we could have a German at the back. We've literally got big teams. We've got France, Italy, England, Portugal, Spain, and then we've thrown in a Hungary and a Ukraine.
Yeah, but how many games is Ukraine going to get?
yeah, but we can swap them out for the.
We'll go for a Stones. Stones at 5 mil. He's a threat from corners, isn't he?
Stones at 5 mil.
Does he play?
Do we get clean
Yeah,
sheet? Sure.
If he doesn't play,
if he don't play Stones, Stones could also. You know, we're talking about midfielders. Stones could also play that CDM role.
He could. I don't think Gareth is adventurous enough, to be honest.
Yeah, his picks have already been a bit out of pocket. Mikalenko for
I don't
Ukraine.
know. I'm not sure about our Stones.
Nuno Mendes. I mean, I want to have a look at Netherlands players. Do we think are they getting through that group? Ian Matson's not in the team. Is Malacia going? Is Malacia on the sheet and Ian Matson's not? Is that what we said?
He's in the book.
Julian Timber.
No. I don't think we can pick Timber.
I mean, we could go Frimpong. And you got 6.5 mil to spend on a striker.
I've just seen Mickey van der Ven. Does he make it? All right, I reckon he makes it in the team.
Recoveries though, he's rapid, isn't he? Them recovery points.
He's got a few goals in him. He's massive.
He's got a few goals. Has he scored? Oh, he has. Yeah, no, he scored a couple nice goals.
He's got a few nice goals.
A striker.
That's a competitive. The defenders they've chosen though. It's Ake, De Vrij, Gertrude, Dumfries, De Ligt, Frimpong, Van de Ven, and Van Dijk. That's fucking stacked.
Timber.
Wow, I didn't know how good they were. I think.
Are they all going?
Van Dijk. But imagine Van Dijk and Van de Ven.
No, that's the confirmed squad.
Oh, you were reading out the confirmed squad? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oof. Yeah, maybe. In that group, maybe we'll throw Netherlands in if they get to knockouts.
I haven't mentioned it,
mil.
but I did put it in my own personal team. I put in a Xavi Simons, and that's a bit of a wild card.
I like Xavi Simons. I think...
Simons?
I like a Xavi Simons, but...
Simons.
Simon says...
7 mil. We're out his fielder then. Unless you want to swap him out with someone.
Oh,
who have the Germans got at the back? You could take Gundogan out for Simons and then put a German in to cover our bases. Gerson's 5 mil.
Gerson's alright.
Hummels, Gerson's. Mittelstadt.
I think
Mittelstadt has 10% selected.
Yeah, because he's 4 mil. He's 4 mil.
Mittelstadt.
Yeah. Mittelstadt. Probably it's probably because he's the only one on playing, bro. All these other 4 mil ones aren't even going.
Let me have a look at the actual.
If you put a Gorsons in, we've got 7 mil to spend on a striker then.
What if we put Gersons in for who?
Gersons in defence.
Yeah, who are we taking out? Oh no, we're taking out Gundogan.
No, that'd be the 5.
Right,
if that'd be to put what Xavi. If you want to put Xavi Simons in.
No, you got to let me read out the actual defenders that are selected because I don't think some of them aren't even in there. So
Okay.
it's Anton, Henriks, Kimmich, Robin Koch, Mittelstadt, David Raum, Tony Rudiger, Schlotterbeck, and Jonathan Tah. There's no
Oh, so
Ghost.
Goosens is not going.
He's not even in it.
What about Raum then? These squads have also got to get cut down again, right?
I know. We need to check.
Yeah, they
Make
do.
any
Yeah,
mistakes.
this is
David Raum is 1% selected at left back for Germany.
Who plays in that defense? Like, I feel like Kimmich plays, Rudiger plays, Schlotterbeck probably plays, having getting to the Champions League final.
Yeah, him and Hummel's centre back pairing, innit?
Hummels isn't going. Fuck knows.
You can see why Rudiger's 30% selected then, can't you?
Yeah,
I mean,
he's-
if you want to
yeah,
take a punt
dude.
on a centre back, we could put a Rudiger in. Makes a little difference. Like, how much is he?
5.5.
Di Lorenzo's 10% selected as well. Do we end up putting him in?
I'd
No,
rather
I
go
think
with a
we'll have to-
Schlotterbeck.
What about a David Raum at left back?
Yeah.
He whips a few balls in for 5 mil.
So then we have 7 mil for a forward.
7 mil.
Let's have a look then.
Plenty of
We'll
budget
get-
forwards, wasn't there? I remember Sesko was 7 mil, wasn't
Doku. Boom bang.
he? We could put both in.
It's full Belgian team. Hosselu, Schick,
Possibly.
Fulkrug.
I like Mitrovic.
I mean, you could even. Did you say Xavi Simons was 7 mil? Was that how much he was?
Like
I think
Because
he's
if you
a
need an extra mil, I don't mind
midfielder.
putting him in for like a Trossard if you need an extra mil. But
I think he's midfielder.
who Simon? Yeah, Simons. I just mean if you
Yeah,
wanted
Simons.
an extra mil, if you put him in for Trossard, then you've got 8 mil to spend on a striker. I don't know whether it makes much difference.
You can put Dembele in, maybe. Oh no, we can't do any more French.
Just put the full French squad.
A Pender at 7 mil for Belgium. Any Dutch players? See, someone like a Gakpo. Be interesting. 7.5 though, innit? Hosselu.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
I mean, could be a bit of a sneak pick.
Rashford, 7 mil
I thought-
bagging.
I think a Schick could be a low-key choice.
I like the Schick pick.
The chic pick.
Mitrovic.
Or we do put Doku in, and then we take Trossard out and put somebody else for 8 mil in midfield.
Well, we can put Simons in there.
And have a mil.
Half a mil to spend.
And go have a big night out.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Tough, man. It's tough, this. It seems like all money you put a big midfield budget on the forwards.
I think so.
I mean, we are taking that is putting Skamaka, Doku, and Griezmann up top. There's taking a punt, and then there's that. But that's the beauty of it, man. It could all turn up. Schick at 7 mil is what we said, didn't we? Portugal, Georgia, and Turkey. He could definitely get a couple goals in that. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
For Czech Republic, you got to play Georgia and Turkey. Might even get through that group.
Could do.
Might need some shuffling at some point though. So, looking at, I've just put him in for now. Skamaka, Griezmann and Schick up top. Trossard, Gundogan, Szoboszlai, Bellingham, Fernandes, David Raum, Cancelo, Hernandez, Grimaldo, Di Marco, Lunin and Maignan.
Why not?
Interesting. But, like, we've got more... Every player gets a game. Or every player should get some minutes. So, if we pick the subs right... Should have some points.
All right. We've gone for one England player, and it's Bellingham.
Match day one, the Italians play Albania. We got one Italian in. Spain play Croatia.
No, we got Skamaka and DeMarco now.
Oh, sorry, we got Skamaka. Yep, love that. There you go. 2 Italians against Albania. France against Austria. And we've got 3 French in.
Not bad.
Portuguese against Czech Republic.
We've got 2 Portugal, 1 Czech.
We've got a defender for Portugal and a striker for Czech. Might have to change that Schick one or something.
We can put him on bench.
Because after the first week, you'll get a transfer, right? You get 2 transfers.
Yeah, but we could put Schick on bench and bring Bruno on other. Or do we have to keep 3 up front? How does it work?
Oh no, you can choose.
No, as long as you have 3 defenders, I think you're fine.
Yeah, 1 striker, 2 midfielders.
So on it, you could skim. We could go 3 defenders, put a good one on bench, and then skimp on the other. Like you say, go for that middle hard or whatever it's called.
Middle hard.
For 4 mil, and then we've got another little bit of money. See, who can you get? Say you put him in middle hard. And then
For who?
you change
David
the
For who?
Trossard.
Raum or Grimaldo or something? Got to be for Raum.
Yeah.
He's not that expensive, is he?
Yeah. And then
Mittelstadt.
you'd have a forward for.
Where's Mittelstadt?
Okay, let's have a look at the forwards that we could get instead.
Colomwani for France.
No. Yeah, we'll get Mittelstadt in there, and then
How much do we have to spend on a forward?
8.
8 only?
But if you change Trossard for Javi Simons, you got 9 mil then. If you wanted to do it that way.
I think that's a good shout.
Let's see.
I mean, but who do you want for 9 mil?
That's what I'm looking at now.
Yeah, what?
Well, you have Lukaku, Morata, Leao, Jota.
I mean, you could go Lukaku because if we
You could
like
go
the
Lukaku.
Belgium group,
Morata.
I hate rooting for Lukaku though.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Like sometimes he looks a problem, and sometimes he's an absolute donkey. So.
Well, all right, read the team out again. I forgot.
I mean, I've just been playing around with it. I'm looking at 9 mil strikers at the minute.
Okay.
But
Alright, so
the ones that are
really
set. Have you got the old one?
Yeah, so Maignan, Lunin, Grimaldo, Hernandez, Cancelo, DeMarco, Mittelstadt at the back. And then Simons, Gundogan, Szoboszlai, Bellingham, Fernandez. And then Skamaka, Griezmann, and then a missing player.
And 9 mil for the striker. Rafael. I mean, Belgium is surely getting through that group. And Lukaku surely gets some opportunities. I
would say Lukaku. I hate rooting for him, but
Alright.
he will score. He will score.
Do we think Simons gets more minutes than Trossard? Is Lukaku going to make up for that?
I'd rather root for Lukaku than Trossard. So, all right.
I don't mind him.
The Netherlands midfield is not the best either. Simons, Frankie de Jong, Veerman, Stengs, Ronaldo. I'm not De Bruyne.
They've got a tough group as well. Tough group.
Well, Gravenberch.
Yeah,
I like that. We've got two focal points up front, and then we got a Griezmann who can get some assists in there. We've got two big hitters, Bruno and Jude, and then you can mix in a Szoboszlai, Gundogan, and Simons if they have.
I think
always plenty of tinkering to go as we get closer to the tournament. Like I said, 2 weeks. Could be some injuries in training. Could be some more cuts that we've got to look out for. Mittelstad might not even be going, man. Right now he might be
no, he's 100% in the squad,
selected, but
no, but I think the squad's come down, don't they?
But
they got to get rid of another 3.
Come on, man.
You can't be dropping him.
Can't be dropping him. I'm gonna just check the France team. Make sure that we haven't
make sure
anybody.
Up top with a Greasy Grease, because it surprises me that he has that little selection.
He's got to be in the team, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, up top. I mean, strikers wise, Colin Muani.
Yeah, Hernandez. Who else do we have in our
Coleman, Nkunku, Thuram, Diaby. Griezmann's walking in that squad. Goals and assists from that 10 spot.
Yeah, the French midfield is Camavinga, Fofana, Griezmann, Kante, Rabiot, Tchouameni, and Zaire Emery.
Zaire Emery looks a problem, doesn't he? Another good youngster.
Yeah, but he's probably not going to get much game time. Wouldn't thought. He's quite young.
6 million he is. Yeah. Not in that French squad. They've stacked him midfield, aren't they? I mean, we can leave it there. We can have a tinker. Like I said, if there's any changes, do follow the Twitter, because this might be changed a little bit if we don't get another video out before they start the tournament. We will try to, though. So I'll read through the team that we put together in this episode. Like I said, likely to maybe change around a little bit, depending. We got Lukaku, Greasy Grease, and Skamaka up top. Xavi Simons, Gundogan, Szoboszlai, Bellingham, and Bruno Fernandes, Mittelstadt, Cancelo, Hernandez, Grimaldo, Di Marco, and then Lunin and Amagnan. Decent start. Like I said, I will leave the details in the description or on this video right now for you to join the league that we are creating. And we'll probably have a little prize fund. It'll be free to join, and we'll probably put like a 40 quid maybe prize for whoever finishes top in that league. So might as well join. It's free money. Just put your team that you're putting into everything else into our league, and see how you can do against us. But go check us out everywhere else as well. We're on TikTok, TN Tackles Pod. We're on Spotify, also here on YouTube. I've personally got a betting page, UT_2, which now all my bets are for free over on that page, so go check it out. We'll have probably plenty of bets for the Euros coming forward as well. And cheers boys for joining us, and hopefully it might be coming on.